Hi, I'm Ray Gesser with Chimney Sweeps International, and today's topic is dampers. You know what? I don't like dampers. Just don't like them. I've gone through the building codes and I found out all there was about dampers. And I'm wondering why I don't like dampers. The reason why is this, is back in the 1950s and 1940s, they had a pretty clear-cut information about dampers. It says that if you open a damper, it's got to be at least 90% open of the damper opening itself. Hey, pretty clear. Building codes gets lost in translation, this and that, and people don't understand the concept of dampers. Here's why dampers really make me mad. It's two reasons. One is that it blocks the airflow. So a damper, it's opened, and it usually doesn't open all the way. I mean, if I had a damper, I'd want it to be completely open, because that way all the smoke and the draft can go up the chimney. The more restriction you have on a chimney, the more creosote builds up. And the more smoke that comes into your house, and I can just name a million reasons why you want to have a good solid draft going up your chimney. But let's just top that for a second. I want to tell you more reasons why I just hate dampers. The second reason why I hate dampers is that a lot of people who clean chimneys, I bet you it's 90% of the industry. They do a very bad job of cleaning a chimney, because they'll take a damper and they'll lift it up a little bit and try to take their hand and pull the soot that they got into the firebox and say that they clean the smoke shelf. I make all my technicians take a picture of the damper in the firebox itself. And why I do that is because I want to make sure that they took the damper out and cleaned the smoke shelf. Because if you don't take the damper out, then you can't clean the smoke shelf, and all this creosote piles up behind the smoke shelf, and it's a big fire hazard. So what do building codes say? Here's what building codes say. They say, hey, know what? You've got to have a clean out door in your chimney unless it can be cleaned through the fireplace opening. What does that mean? That means you got to take the damper out. How do you take the damper out? It can be difficult. That's why people don't do it. They've got to go up there and try to get the cotter pins out, and that's a poker damper. The poker dampers are the easiest ones. And then you got rotary dampers, and rotary dampers, it just opens up a little bit, and then you got this contraption, and it bolts inside the fireplace. How do you get those open? I've cleaned chimneys, and I've never seen them cleaned. You just can't clean the top of it. So what do I tell my clients about these different types of dampers? I tell them this: I hate dampers. There is one type of damper I do like, though. It's called a cap damper. Love cap dampers. Here's why I love cap dampers. A cap damper goes on top of the chimney, and it has a little string cord that goes down. It's a metal nylon cord that comes all the way down the chimney, and it bolts inside of your fireplace. You completely take your damper out, damper plate, all the mechanism, all that other good stuff, and you run this top ceiling damper going all the way down the chimney, and you bolt it in your fireplace. You take your little string cord, you pull it open, and it springs open. Great draft going all the way up the chimney. You pull it closed tight, it closes it from the top, and that way it keeps the chimney flue. It's called energy efficient cap damper because it kind of keeps your house good. You don't smell as much stuff. People smell stuff in the summertime because you actually have a decreased draft going down your chimney because your chimney flue is open. So why do I love top ceiling dampers so much? The reason why I love them so much is because they're so easy to clean. You simply clean the chimney. It's like you normally clean it. And then you'll go in there and take your vacuum hose and you clean off the smoke shelf just like that. It's easy. How our company does is this. Our company charges more if it's a poker damper, and it charges a lot more if it's a rotary damper. And the reason why is that it's more difficult to clean. And I don't want to have my prices reflected on other competitors who aren't even doing the damper, who aren't even taking out the damper. So if you do have a chimney sweep come out to you, make sure they take out the damper. And my advice is that if you've got a poker or rotary damper, just change to a cap damper. The amount of money that it'll cost it'll save you as much money in energy efficiency, and it's going to decrease creosote buildup. It's going to be a lot safer, and you're going to be a lot happier. A typical cost for a cap damper to be installed of a normal, it's a single flue chimney, is $890.